Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of appropriate ages, this is the Daily Deucey Podcast. It is January 14th, Thursday. I think it's Thursday? Maybe Thursday? Yeah, Thursday sounds about right. I am completely off because basketball has started. I coach basketball, and I actually have to run around with these kids, and I didn't really expect how awful it would affect my body because I'm fucking beat. But we're going to get right into the wonderful stories. We got some COVID stories. We got some local stories. We're just filling it all up with goodness today, boys and girls. ER nurse gets COVID-19 days after his second vaccine dose is canceled. You are canceled and on notice. A British ER nurse has tested positive for COVID-19 a month after getting his first shot of the vaccine, and just days after his scheduled second dose was canceled. David Longden, 43, was one of the first people in the world to get vaccinated on December 8th when it rolled out in the UK. The Welshman was scheduled to get a second shot last Tuesday, but it was canceled under a new government policy to instead prioritize more people getting their initial shots. Okay. Just 2 days after that postponed appointment, Longden said he started feeling sick, testing positive for coronavirus on Saturday. I had a headache and then a horrendous head cold, he said, saying he also had diarrhea and felt really, really fluey and lethargic. It feels like Russian roulette with this virus as you don't know how your body's going to react to it. I've seen people become very, very unwell with it, and not just those who are elderly. He slammed the government's decision to delay giving the second dose, without which Pfizer has said recipients do not have full protection. The government needs to protect frontline NHS staff. To not do so is just short-sighted. I've now been taken out of action for several days while the emergency department is slammed with patients. He also fears infecting his partner, who is diabetic and has lots of other health issues. Well, but the lots of other health issues is the main thing. And some people have health issues that they can't really help with. But getting yourself in better shape and taking care of yourself is the number one priority when it comes to COVID. And so if he got COVID days before he was going to get the second vaccine, was the second vaccine going to stop that from happening? Did he already have COVID? Did he develop and come up positive for COVID because of the first vaccine? I don't know. And, I've also been hearing from lots of ER nurses who are generally in good shape, which if you go back to the Rogan episode with the guy Berenstain, the New York Times reporter, who pretty much said, don't take the vaccines if you're young and healthy because they are going to make you more sick than COVID will. And that's kind of what happens. So people getting this second dose, most of them are reporting to be very sick, like more sick than I was and many other people were when they actually got the virus. So that kind of brings us into, it transitions us into the next article, but has a lot to do with this. So this guy says the government needs to protect their frontline NHS staff. Not to do so is just short-sighted. I agree. Obviously, the people who are helping save us from this, they can't get sick. Now, again, I'm not a doctor. I think more people getting it and getting through it and kind of passing it is better. But again, I don't fucking know what I'm talking about. So there, I've said it. I don't know what I'm talking about. But now we're getting into the government and companies making decisions on who should get the vaccine and who shouldn't. So what happens if this guy dies? Like the government decided people getting their first one's more important than people getting their second. And if this guy dies, what if his partner then sues the government saying if he would have got the second vaccine, he would still be here? Which kind of rotates into this story, which is fucking wild, to be honest. NJ defends decision to give smokers vaccine access before general public. NJ said it would expand vaccine eligibility to include those 16 to 64 years old with underlying health conditions, which include 2 million smokers. One unhealthy habit is moving 2 million New Jersey residents to the front of the COVID-19 vaccination line, reports for CBS New York. Is that NBC? No, CBS is 2, NBC is 4. Sorry, NBC and CBS. Guess what? Nobody gives a fuck about you guys anyway. On Wednesday, the state announced it would expand its vaccination program to include residents 65 years or older, as well as those aged between 16 and 64 with underlying health conditions. I haven't read this. If fucking obesity is on here, I'm going to be upset. Some of those conditions include diseases like cancer, chronic kidney disease, diabetes, heart conditions, and chronic COPD. I mean, okay, fine. And again, little caveat to this. I'm not super against the vaccine. I'm not an anti-vaxxer by any means. I think older people should get it. I think people who are in harsh, situations and have these underlying conditions should also get it. But I'm not going to get a vaccine for something that didn't really get me sick at all and doesn't get most people super sick. Again, not getting into it. The largest group to qualify for the vaccines under this expansion, people who smoke, which is also the key risk factor for COPD. The decision to prioritize smokers for the highly coveted and much anticipated shot in the arm over professions like teachers, which interact with students on the public on a daily basis, has sparked a fiery debate. It's outrageous they've chosen to put themselves in that position, Jonathan Strauss said of the priority for smokers. Yeah, he's absolutely right. Like, I don't care I don't smoke cigarettes unless, fucking wasted at the bar, which seems like 80 years ago at this point. But, let people make their decisions. If they would like to smoke cigarettes, by all means, smoke cigarettes. But this goes back to kind of the Bitcoin thing from yesterday. Freedom comes with immense responsibilities. If you want to smoke bogeys, go fucking chief bogeys. I don't care. Don't fucking come back and be like, well, I'm fucking sick now because I smoke cigarettes all day, so I should get it in front of teachers and nurses and shit like that, because that's bullshit. Oh, I know. At Wednesday's briefing, State Health Commissioner Judith Parashelli said the smoking puts you at significant risk for an adverse result. Okay, great. Don't smoke. Don't smoke. There you go. Parashelli also said that seniors have accounted for 80% of the coronavirus deaths in the state. 2/3 of the total number of those who have died had one or more underlying conditions. The state health department amped up its defense Thursday, saying New Jersey was simply following CDC guidelines that list smokers as a condition that puts people in increased risk of severe illness from the virus. Yeah, so does fucking shooting dope all day, or fucking doing blow all day, or being a fat slob and just eating fucking cheeseburgers all day and not exercising whatsoever. So do those people get the fucking vaccine before everybody else? Ridiculous. The state health department amped up its defense Thursday, saying New Jersey was simply, that's what I read, nicotine is one of the most powerful addictions. Smoking puts individuals higher risk for severe disease, and if an individual who gets COVID, they get sicker much quicker. Okay, that's the risk you run, guys. That's it. Have responsibility for your fucking self. Our goal is to save as many lives as possible and to promote vaccination among the highest group. Do you think the people who are fucking chiefing 2 packs of cigarettes a day really give a fuck? They're probably not even going to go get the fucking vaccine. Well, I have nothing more to say about this nonsense. But let's transition into another completely ridiculous fucking thing from New Jersey politicians. And this actually kind of gets me upset. I don't know who this lady is. See, this I don't necessarily state reporter, blah, 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 blah. Oh, this is the health lady. Fine. It doesn't really have anything to actually do with this article. Assembly passes diversity inclusion bill, heads to Governor Murphy for approval. The New Jersey Assembly approved a bill that requires schools to include diversity inclusion learning for kindergarten through 12th grade, starting with the 2021-2022 school year. Bill A4454 is headed to Governor Phil Murphy to sign. If he signs it, he is an asshole. School districts will need to incorporate lessons that highlight and promote economic diversity, equity, inclusion, tolerance, and belonging in connection with gender and sexual orientation, race, ethnicity, disabilities, religious tolerance, and unconscious bias. Unconscious bias is bullshit. Okay? How about that? A supporter of the bill, so there are actual people who are fucking, like, do I really have to go over the reason why we shouldn't be talking, like, inclusion and tolerance and all that shit should be a core tenet of people's beliefs, and your parents should be instilling that in you from when you are a baby. It is not the state's fucking responsibility to teach our kids about all this shit. To be fair, there are so many shitty parents now that the state thinks that they have to do this. So I'm not necessarily shitting completely on the state. I'm shitting mostly on awful fucking parents. Because there's probably a lot of people who think that this is a fucking good idea to teach fucking kindergartners whom I watch their fucking Zooms. My fucking 3-year-old is smarter than a lot of these fucking kindergartners. And you're not going to be teaching them about fucking gender and sexual orientation. I fucking love the gays. I have no problem. Honestly, it's kind of fucking silly when it really gets down to it. I'm fucking super liberal on so many different issues. But kids shouldn't be worried about fucking sex or gays or straight or gender or fucking whatever at that fucking age. I thought this was going to be like a fucking calm podcast. A supporter of his bill in its previous form, Assemblyman Brian Bergen, a Republican from Morris County, said he's against teaching young children about gender preferences and sexual identity. When I stood up for this bill previously, it applied to very specific requirements that needed to be taught that were age appropriate for 9th through 12th grade students. Cool, no problem. My son is 8 years old. He believes in Santa Claus and believes leprechauns come on St. Patty's Day. There's a certain level of naivety that our children enjoy, and we really should protect that. I wouldn't care if he was a fucking Republican, a Democrat, a fucking Whig Party member. That's common fucking sense, dude. Stop jamming shit down kids' throats when there should just be fucking children. Originally introduced last July, the bill only applied to students in grades 9 through 12 as part of the district's implementation of the New Jersey Student Learning Standards in Comprehensive Health and Physical Education. If we as parents want to explain gender identities or sexual preferences, that's our prerogative and our choice. Thank you, guy. Thank you. Thank you. He kind of looks like a goofball, but thank you. And what I just noticed, he kind of looks like the Count, right? Is this like how the Count's hair was? Oh, you don't see my cursor. Fuck. Look at here, and then think of the Count's hairline. Schools are supposed to assure knowledge where skill sets are passed on to students to move them to college or perhaps a trade. Many constituents of mine have reached out to me appalled that children in kindergarten will have to process being taught about gender and identity and other concepts that even many adults struggle to understand. Abso-fucking-lutely right. Are we fucking serious? What are we fucking talking about? These kids can't even get their fucking colors and letters or write their name or not piss in their pants. And we are teaching them about fucking Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. All of you fucking super progressives who think that we need to fucking teach this shit to fucking babies, fucking stop it. And I will be fair. All the conservatives who thinks this shit doesn't exist and that we shouldn't teach it at all, you shut the fuck up too. Because it does exist and we should teach them to fucking age-appropriate kids who aren't fucking shitting themselves and shitting on a fucking toilet that's 4 inches off the fucking ground. In 2019, New Jersey passed a law to teach LGBTQ history to middle and high school students, becoming the second state after California to adopt the law. Hey, guess what? Just teach the fucking history, cuz You don't have to call it LGBTQ history. That's like calling shit black history. And I understand that straight white people's history has been the majority of history that's been taught. And I am cool with teaching fucking everything. Teach the fucking Bhagavad Gita. I don't give a fuck. But separating things into individual boxes of different types of history isn't actually fucking progression. That's why these fucking liberals and shit like this and redneck fucking conservative pieces of shit are racist. Yes, there you go. But the fucking liberals who think they need to tell black people and gay people and all this shit what they need to do and how they are different and separate. Gay people and black people and gay fucking tranny black people are all fucking regular people. That's history. It doesn't need to be fucking gay history or fucking straight history. They're just all fucking together as fucking history. The bill is sponsored by Assembly Democrats Carol Murphy, a Democrat from Burlington County, Verlina Reynolds Jackson, a Democrat from Mercer, Hunterdon County, and Anthony Varelli, Democrats from Mercer, Hunterdon County. If you watch this fucking podcast and you give a fuck about anything, call these fucking jerk-offs fucking office. Call fucking assembly person, Assemblywoman Carol Murphy, Reynolds Jackson, and fucking Tony Varelli, you fucking piece of shit, and let them know how you feel. Or not. Fuck it. Who cares? In health and physical education classes, students are taught to respect their individual and cultural differences to build healthy relationships both in and out of the classroom. The natural next step is to promote diversity, tolerance, and respect for all. These are value standards will take with them long after they graduate. They don't even fucking know how to spell those words, you fucking stupid fuck. I honestly, I was just going to kind of blow through like news stories and just go through them because I was fucking tired. Now I'm fucking jacked up, babe. Jacked up. Yeah, I'm fucking, I get fucking 30, 40, 50 fucking views on these videos. Great. Nobody gives a fuck. But at least I'm trying to fucking do something about this fucking nonsense. Like, I don't care. If you're fucking gay, cool, bro. Nobody cares. I'm not. Okay. He probably doesn't watch my boy, and he is my fucking buddy. I very much love him. He actually came back and worked with me. Mike Lepresti. Super gay. It's not any fucking secret, pal. Follow him on fucking any sort of social media. It's fine. And guess what? We probably knew that since we were kids when he was playing Little League with us. And you know what? Nobody gives a fuck, dude. He's cool. We're cool. Everybody's fucking cool. If you're fucking gay, you're fucking lesbian, whatever. I don't give a fuck. You know what I give a fuck about? Is if you're a piece of shit or not. Okay? How about that? Motherfucker, man. Quick Deucey crypto update. Bitcoin 39,527, up almost 10% for the day. Ethereum 1,222, over 10, almost up to 11% for the day. Litecoin 153.85, 9%, almost 10% for the day. XRP still being a douche, hanging around to 30%, 30 cents down, just under 2% for the day. I'm going to kind of touch this real quick and then finish up. We're already at fucking 19 minutes. Treasury backs down. Crypto monitoring rule will wait until new administration. This is a big win for the crypto industry today, which is unanimous in opposition to a new anti-money laundering rule that saw many rushed and draconian. The rules originally proposed sought to add new thresholds for registered money service businesses, i.e. the crypto exchanges like Coinbase, transacting with self-hosted wallets, which are only identifiable by their keys. This is the whole point of crypto. The only thing that identifies the wallet is the key. The proposal provoked an uproar from the cryptocurrency community, which saw it as a violation of the tenets of a peer-to-peer transaction, as well as procedural rules that the government that governs U.S. regulators. So the government wants to still be able to regulate everything over 10 grand like they do with casinos and any sort of money. If you move 10 grand or more, you have to register that shit of some sort. In crypto, right now, fucking one Bitcoin's fucking, 35, 39 grand. I could send you one Bitcoin and the government has no fucking idea. Now, where it gets fucking tricky and where the government has a little bit of pull, if I want to cash that out, it becomes very, very difficult to do so without going through Coinbase or an ATM or something like that, which will give you a little bit of leeway, but like even with the ATMs, you can only take out a certain amount before you do have to, do this know your customer things. Now, I'm not super necessarily against this. I think things like this will make regular people more comfortable in buying cryptocurrencies, which will then skyrocket the prices again, which I'm all for, obviously. But the whole point of this public blockchain shit is to keep the government out of it. So pretty much the entire fucking, apparently this podcast is all about government overreach, even though I really specifically didn't want to do a political podcast. But fuck, man. Leave the fucking people alone, dude. Government, leave the fucking people alone. Let them do what they fucking want to do. If they harm or infringe upon other people, by all means, arrest them, take care of them, do whatever the fuck you want to do. But enough is fucking enough. Because, like, the elites and the fucking government, I'm going to end on this. Do you understand why there was such a huge backlash about the shit that happened at the Capitol? I'll tell you, it was shitty and they shouldn't have done it. And it was a historical, crazy fucking thing that happened. But these elites and fucking high-end government officials, the Republicans, Democrats they don't give a fuck. They're not really battling each other. If one side is fucking going crazy and burning shit down and the other side doesn't, they can play that against each other. Wow, one side is attacking BLM and Antifa are attacking the government. So, the Republicans would never do that. But now the fucking right-wing people are also attacking the government. So, like, the Antifa and left-wing people are all talking complete shit on the Capitol stormers. And, it's funny that they're supporting the police and all this now, but they're not they're not for the government now. Like, they might fucking be for the Democrats and, the left and right, but like true Antifa people, God bless them, they're not fucking Democrats. They want fucking hardcore socialist, communist kind of shit. And I disagree with that, but they're making what they want known and going for it. God bless. So now that the right is attacking the government and the left is attacking the government, I should have fucking looked up the fucking meme. There's like a meme with a fucking Antifa fucking black mask guy holding his fucking arm up with a fucking redneck fucking Capitol stormer now against the government. And that has the fucking government and the elites fucking shitting themselves. If we ever could get our fucking shit together, and if you read the fucking John Titter shit, he says after the fucking nuclear wars and shit like that, there is no fucking racism. Because if you guys are fucking fighting and trying to clear out fucking land and water and everything like that, nobody gives a fuck what color you are. Holy shit, this turned into I honestly almost didn't even do the podcast because I didn't think I had fucking good shit. And here we are, almost 24 minutes into it. Jesus Christ. Saturday's a big day. I'm going to be cutting up clips of everything I've done and recording a long form podcast with someone who was in the vicinity of the Capitol last Wednesday when shit went down. Thank you, everybody, stopping by. Guys, if you're at this point, fuck, Jesus Christ, God bless you. But if you're at this point, that means maybe you do actually like me for some apparent reason. Try to share and like and comment and subscribe on the podcast if you can. It would really help. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.